Hi everyone, welcome to DT's premiere where technical drawing is made simple. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to support the channel and help reach more students. Let's begin. For this video, I'll be showing you how to construct your angle at a different point or at an end point on a line. So we have been doing it in the middle of the line. But what if the question asks us to place that point at A or at B? All right, so let us draw a line 5 centimeter long, label AB, and I'm going to label underneath the line. Now, this point is going to be placed at A. Now, if I was to construct a 60-degree line at A or a 60-degree angle at A, all I need to do is to place my point, compass point at A using the same concept. I'm going to scribe an arc slightly from under the line and going all the way over. Now, because I should be aware by now, and you should be aware by now, that our 60-degree does not fall over this side, we can leave it right there. We don't have to create an entire semicircle. All right? Then, keeping the same radius, we scribe again. This is how we get our 60-degree at a point that is located at A. All right, and if they ask for the 60-degree angle, we all should know by now, you would darken from here to here, going all the way back to B, and that is how we get the point at A. Now, if they ask you for a 90-degree angle at A, how would you approach this? It wouldn't be far off from what we just did. You would place your point at A, open to a convenient radius, lightly scribe your full semicircle. There are two different ways you can do this. I'm going to show you both of them. Slightly scribe your full semicircle, and then all you're going to do is get your ruler, place it right here, and extend the line. All right? Always use your ruler. Now that we've extended the line, you're going to use the 2 points that you know how to use. Extend slightly past that point, and then scribe your arc here and scribe again. Then you draw your line. Darken the important ones, which would have been from here to here and to here. And then you place your 90-degree just to indicate what degree it is. There's another way you can do your 90-degree as well. So instead of going all the way over and extending your line, you could place your compass point right here, open to a convenient radius, scribe, let me change that to light lines, and then scribe, and we'll come like to about here, not a full semicircle though. All right, so let me do that again. So from under the line, and then we scribe, take our time, and we stop about there. All right, now let me just go over a little bit more. We can establish our 60-degree first, and then place our point at this point right here, which is a 60-degree, and scribe again. Now, the reason why we did that, it is the same concept with the 75-degree. If we should have a 60-degree angle right here and establish another point right here, which would have been 120, then in between 60 and 120, we can do some bisecting to get our 90 degrees. And the reason why this is 120 is because when we would keep the radius and scribe here to get 60, we keep the radius again and scribe here, that's another 60. And then what is remaining from here to if a line has been extended here would also be 60. So 60 plus 60, that's 120, plus 60 again gives us 180. And remember, angles on a straight line add up to 180. You'd use this point right here, and we would just scribe, and then this point right here and scribe. So this is just two different ways you can use to get your 90-degree at the end of a line. All right, from here going all the way up. And then we darken the important line, which is our 90-degree, and then back to our B, which would have been 0 degrees. All right, so any other angle you want to get, this is the concept you would have used to get your angle. So you can get your 75, practice it the same way like how you'd have practiced it in the middle, right here. All right, same concept. It's just that the point has been moved from the center to A. Now, what if the point was placed at B? Simple. Establish your point at B, and we're going from this side. The reason why we're going from this side is because we're always going from where the line is. Now, if we want to get a 60-degree angle right here, we need to scribe our semicircle, or well, not a semicircle because we're not going all the way over. Now that we have got that, keeping the same radius again, we're going to scribe and cut. Same concept, same thing we did on the other side. And then we'll draw a line through here. And the reason why this is 60 degrees is because the angle is actually coming from this point here to this point here, which is 60. So remember, an angle has two lines or rays that meet at a point called a vertex. So this is arm 1. So arm 1, and this is arm 2. And then they meet at a point called a vertex. So that is the reason why it would have been the same concept on the other side. So we would darken the important lines, which would have been here and here. All right. What if we wanted to get a 90-degree angle right there? Same thing. Draw your line, label A, label B, place your point at B using the compass. Remember, we're always going from the line. All right, so we're not going on this side. No line is over there. We're on this side. All right, scribe going all the way over. Let's do that again with light lines. We can either do it two different ways: establishing the semicircle, extending the line, then using the 2 points that we know how to extend past the semicircle slightly, and scribe. Place your point right here again and scribe, and then draw your line. And this would have been our 90-degree angle, and it would have been highlighted here and back to here, because remember, it's going from the line here, our arm 1, to the line here, which is arm 2. There's another way we could do this, which is to do the same method that I taught you just now, which is to place your point here, open to a convenient radius, scribe, and we would stop right there. We wouldn't go over any further. Keeping the same radius, we would establish our 60-degree first, then place the point at the 60-degree, establish our 120, and once again 60 is here because we kept the same radius. Put the point here, kept the same radius again, and establish this. So this is 60 plus 60, which gives us 120. And then if we should come all the way down here again, that would be 60. So 120 plus 60 is 180. And then to get our 90, we bisect our 60 and 120 because 90 is in the middle of the two angles where they meet, which is right here, slightly off. So let's just fix that. Come back over a little bit. All right. We can now draw our 90-degree. Oops. We would use our straight line. So let us make it dark. 90-degree line. And then this part would be dark as well. Because once again, we are coming from here and here. Alright, that is it for this video. This is how you can construct your 90-degree, 60-degree, or any angle at all at the end of the line, whether it's at point A or at point B. I hope you got some practice in. I hope this assisted you. All the best. Have a good one.